I got one of these solid-state USB drives just to play around with it. So as you can see, it's only 250 gigabytes because I didn't want to spend too much and I just wanted to know how they work and how they actually perform. So the difference between this and a normal flash drive is this one uses the UAS or USB Attached SCSI protocol, and what this does is it allows the storage memory controller to read and write at the same time, whereas with normal memory cards or USB flash drives, you can only do either read or write and not both at the same time, which makes it really sluggish when used for sort of chatty like applications. If you're only using it for data transfer, then that's probably not so much of an issue. So just having a look at the specs itself. So this one supports USB 3.2. So it's a USB-A connector, the standard 5-pin USB-A connector. So it says here, optimal speeds up to 600 megabytes per second read and 260 megabytes per second write. I've tried this on my PC, and unfortunately I've only got USB 3.1 on the motherboard. So I can tell you that writing is fine, absolutely fine. I can hit about 255 megabytes per second sustained write speed, so that's definitely correct. Although I have to say, when I start transferring files into this drive, the speed kind of peaks at 580 megabytes per second for a couple of seconds before falling back down to about 255, 258 megabytes per second. So that tells me there's probably some buffer or caching mechanism in this drive, which kind of explains why the initial speed's a bit higher. But when it comes to reading, obviously the speed's going to be consistent throughout because there's no caching or buffering involved. And on a USB 3.1 connection, I'm able to sustain 470 megabytes per second. So it's many times faster than a standard non-SSD flash drive. So this costs about 50 quid. SanDisk does them as well. Theirs is physically a little bit bigger. I got this one. I like it because it's really compact and inconspicuous. And when you look at the size of it, you think it's just a standard flash drive, but it isn't. Also the cap. So there's a hole there for tether, and also the cap kind of snaps into the back as well, holds it in place, so you wouldn't lose the cap. Kind of handy. Yeah, that's it really. Let's have a quick look at the back. So it's made by X Memory, and you can pause the video here to read through all this if you wish. Interestingly, it says designed in Japan, made in Taiwan. So X Global Limited. So X Memory is a Japanese company then. I thought they were American. But there you go. Any questions? Please leave them in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. I thought I'd say a few more things about this product before ending the video for good. So once again, I'd like to emphasize that the advantage of using one of these SSDs isn't really the transfer speed, but it's the fact that it uses USB attached SCSI. So you will get a lot better performance if you for example, you install applications and run them from this, or install an operating system. So just to give you an idea of what portable SSDs used to look like, here's an example. So I got this many years ago. This is a 1 terabyte SanDisk. So as you can see, it's quite a lot larger. These ones come in 1 terabyte capacity as well. So you can get them in 250, 500 gigabytes or 1 terabyte. And lastly, I just want to say, and this is just my assumption, but I'm quite sure that I'm right about this. So the fact that it says 250 gigabytes rather than 256, normally when you see them rounded to this sort of base 10 kind of number rather than multiples of 8, this tells me that the actual memory chip inside is probably TLC rather than MLC. So in terms of durability, they're not going to be as great as a proper solid state drive that you install in your PC. But then again, that's not the purpose of USB drives anyways. You're not going to run your primary operating system on this like 24/7. So yep, just wanted to cover that. Yep, once again, thanks for watching.